What's going on? What's going on? Welcome back to another live stream. Tuesday, July 30th. My name is Zach. This is Real Deal Futures, where I trade live. I run a free trading community in Discord where you can interact with me, answer questions, get my analysis, learn my strategy, learn my approach, all for free. I do charge to work with me one-on-one. I mentor, coach traders into the traders they know they can become through hours of one-on-one, working to develop them into profitable traders, man. As always, nothing here is financial advice. Everything I say or do is for entertainment purposes only, not a suggestion or recommendation to do anything. I'm not a financial advisor, just an idiot on YouTube. Trading's risky. Most traders lose money. If you trade, you'll probably lose money too. Make sure you do your own research. You're responsible for all your own decisions. Read the full disclaimer in the description of this video and on my site, realdealfutures.com. Now, let's get this show moving. Stream looks good. We got TopstepX, my preferred prop firm of choice. Number one, and it's not even close, guys. Going to be trading straight from TopstepX here. I got Bookmap over on the side. Going to do a little trade review, my trades from this morning, my morning session that I keep exclusive to me solo and students that I'm working with one-on-one. And then I'm live here for free in the afternoon on YouTube, trading power hour, right into the last hour of NYSE session. So let's get into it, man. Yeah, this looks good. Cool. Nice. Here we go. Got the boys in Discord in. All right, let's run it, guys. Here's the session. Here's the 9:30 a.m. open, 9:30 a.m. Eastern for New York Stock Exchange open. I won't do a full breakdown of the complete zoomed out chart. I do that stuff every morning. I give that to you in Discord. Feel free to hop in there, man. You'll get that every single morning. Full charts, the 1 hour, the 5 minute, all broken down. My thoughts coming into the session. Let's jump right into it. So we pushed up at the open. We were following a little bit of this bullish structure pre-market into NYSE open. I've got a pre-market high level marked off here, the area that price is traded in pre-market from right about 12 a.m. Eastern into 9:30 open. We broke that. Looked pretty bullish to me. I was looking for buys all the way up to this point until I lost this first trade. As you can see, we broke VWAP to the downside. I took this slice, break above, consolidation, and then initial pop back up as an indication that, hey, you know what? If we were going to continue lower, here was our chance to do so, either slicing through and just falling, breaking, retesting, and falling. This much time passed. Again, I liked this for bullish structure to the upside here. I do note now, obviously, hindsight 2020, we were coming down here, right? We're below 15-minute opening range. We got below VWAP. We were back below pre-market high, but we're still high in the range, right? Considering prior day low, pre-market low, and cracking above pre-market high with some force. So again, I was looking at this long. I thought we might make a run for prior day high or even higher. A nice risk to reward, even back towards just the 15-minute opening range high, the high of the session so far. Took a L on that one almost immediately. Again, this is the 1 minute chart. Just cracked up back into the 15-minute range. Didn't manage this trade at all. Stop out. This was 2 contracts long. Minus $500 right off the bat. As soon as we cracked back down towards this low and then broke it, my bias, what I was looking for, shifted short. We're back below VWAP. Now I'm thinking, hey, if we were going to move higher, this was our chance to do so. Could we have needed to come back below this low before pulling back up? Sure. And on another day, I lose both these trades. I take my 2 L's. I hit a DLL, and that's a wrap for me. I put this trade on with 1 contract to start, short. I liked, again, that we stayed. We were forming some nice downtrend structure at this point. We got back below VWAP with some force. We didn't blast through this low, but we came down here and broke it. I didn't enter right away, but I entered right on the retest, right back up in here. This was, what was first entry? 55.03. So no, I entered 55.037. Sorry, 55.0350. I entered here somewhere. Maybe I entered as we were breaking down or right about here. Second entry scale in was at this level. Yeah, I'll have to go back and see, guys. Added one at, I'm sorry. This is where I entered. I added another one as we were coming down at 55.03.5. I entered at 55.05.5. That's where this entry is. Initial stop loss with 1 was 10 points, $500 worth of risk. It's about where I'm trying to keep this, especially in the morning. It's aggressive on a 50K. I'm only giving myself 2 losses before I'm absolutely out. But I got multiple 50K combines. I'm being aggressive with them. I'm going to grow them quickly or fail them quickly. Here's what I got that happened. We continued down. I like the structure. I like the price action. I added, brought stop loss down, controlled risk. If you watch the recap, it actually ended up being less than $500 with 2 contracts in profit. I scaled out of 1 right here on the push down. I liked this level, was looking at this on Bookmap, saw we had some liquidity here. Didn't make it too much farther before we reacted to the upside, right? No major surprise. Was paying attention to that level there. I believe this was a little bit of a level of structure as well, looking left. My average size was somewhere down here. It kept me in my average entry after I closed out 1. On that second one, it kept me in that 55.03.5 just by a couple ticks if you look at where that line is. Waited through all of this. Honestly, guys, if you know me, you're on these lives, you know that I don't like to say, I would have done something different. Here's what I would have done different. I should have got more on this trade. Woulda, coulda, shoulda. It's a bunch of BS. It doesn't matter anyway. Even me saying this now, it doesn't matter. But I'm being honest with you. This was a long trade for me, right? I was in this one holding past the push down for quite a while. 37 minutes. This is getting to be long on the 1 minute chart. I had an obligation at 11 o'clock. I had to go. This was it. My intention was to hold. And I think if you watch the video, you'll see me drag a take profit down here a couple times. My intention was to hold this all the way to prior day low. Get a closeout here, leave the runner on all the way down to prior day low, pre-market low. Had to go, had to step away from the charts, was going to have no way to manage the trade. Closed the second one out here. I actually didn't close it manually. I dragged the stop loss down. I threw a target right down here to catch just a push below the low, and I got stopped on this 1 minute candle as it wicked back up before we blasted right to my target for prior day low, pre-market low. This would have been, again, bunch of BS. So another $600, $700 in profit had I got that second one to the final target. Didn't happen. You can only be responsible for what you press that button, that buy and sell button. So that's how this one played out. It worked out nicely. Turned a $500 loss back into a green day with a $1,025 winner on the second trade. Again, keeping that risk in control, right? Didn't jack up risk on the second trade, size in with 4 contracts right off the bat, have $2,000 or $3,000 to a stop loss that would have stopped me out for a DLL way before. Ended up at 500 and let's see. I'm on a different combine here that I took 1 or 2 tiny trades on. That's how I'm at this $61. This is the same one from yesterday that I was trading live. The one from this morning, 513.80 was the ending P&L with fees. Worked out nicely, man. Green day. Again, frustrating, right? Don't cry over spilled milk. Would have liked to catch this. That's why I was holding it for so damn long, right? If I was going to close out, I should have closed both out down here. I didn't do that. Held all the way through drawdown, all the way back to almost break even where I had my stop loss at that point. Again, after I closed this second position, average size moved down to that second one. I moved stop loss to break even, risk-free trade. Didn't hold it all the way down there. Would have been very nice. Let's get rid of some of that and just talk about what the rest of the day looked like. This is all in Discord, guys, and there's a recap on Instagram and YouTube as well if you want to actually watch the stuff play out. I'd like to keep things 100 with you guys, show you guys what my trading looks like. If I'm going to talk about a trade or show you a trade, I'm going to make sure I have it recorded, all of the info in lieu of recording. If I'm not going to be quick enough to post it, I'll always have it. I'll try to put out the trade, the actual trade itself, the report from TopstepX. With a P&L, keep things as transparent as possible. So we pushed all the way down, right? Cracked below pre-market low, prior day low. This is why I like these levels, right? Look at how they're respected. Pulled back up. This is another level that's been on my chart. Respected very, very cleanly. We cracked right down to this. This is just a discretionary support and resistance area of interest. Pulled back up, continued lower, chopped around a little bit, straight down to the next zone. Go back into Discord, guys. Don't take my word for it. These zones are on my charts. These are not add-ins. This isn't after the fact stuff. These are the zones that I've utilized. Again, not trading for this time frame. But we have since pushed all the way back up. We got a trend headed all the way back up to pre-market low that we just tested. Looks like we got VWAP all the way down here as well. For power hour, do we see the shift all the way back up? Do we erase this sell-off? Do we make the run all the way back up, maybe back into the opening range? Or do we continue the drop down? That's the $1 million question. Right now, to me, the way that this is reacted off of pre-market low, prior day low, it looks like a nice clean break and retest, right? This is way zoomed out on the 30. Here's the 15. We didn't crack below this low, which is concerning. If we were looking for prices to continue lower, we really want to get down below here. This is, what I would call the major lows put in this move down, right? From here, we don't have another low behind this until we look way over here left, coming off of these discretionary zones. I know this looks like a lot, guys, but on the 1 minute, you don't see any of this. It's very zoomed in. I like to do this on the hourly, just get some nice structure going. And that's a lot of zones for me. So the strong reaction to the upside, just bullish 15-minute bar after bullish 15-minute bar, is making the case that we want to run up higher. We made it to, in a pretty important target here where VWAP is lining up with pre-market low, prior day low. Again, market-generated levels, nothing magical here. The same stuff you see a lot of guys utilize. That's the simple stuff that I find working. Nothing proprietary that I've made up myself and said, oh, this is amazing. Nope. Nothing magically special here. But watching the reaction here, I've got to see this get above prior day low, pre-market low, and VWAP and continue this structure before I'm looking for longs. Or I want to see us break back down below here and continue lower before I'm looking for shorts. We're at that level. We pulled all the way back up. Longs could have been in store for the last hour and 45 minutes. You would have been getting paid. Now we made it to the area that I would be targeting, right? VWAP, prior day low, pre-market low, probably where a lot of guys targeted. Maybe that's why we had this pull back down. On Bookmap, got a couple levels above price. The book is not massively thick, in my humble opinion, just watching it day after day. I'm looking at a little bit of liquidity at 480s and 482. So right at 80 and 82, pretty much up above price near that VWAP line. Right at the highs, 80 and 82, we got some liquidity. So maybe we make a run up there. If we get up there, I want to see what happens. We come all the way down, get below this level here, below this zone. I want to see if we might try to continue to the downside, come and retest the low of the session, or at least just continue the trend down. But right now, obviously, I see this trend up. I see structure starting to shift. We come below this low right here on the 1 minute. It's definitely making a case for that. This would have been your nice break and retest, continuation to the upside, right? Here's your direction. Nice clean breaks and retest, pull back up, pull down, nicely right here, right to the high, chop around at the zone, break, retest, right to these highs here. And now we would have liked to see this continue up, breaking above this high and just kind of, continue to repeat that pattern. Not perfectly, but in some form or another. We don't have that. Now we've broken down, right? We failed to go higher. We broke down below this low. Does that mean this move is over? No. But we're certainly not trending as tightly and nicely, cleanly as we were right here. So I'm going to watch to see, do we start to break down below these lows and we get some downtrend structure? Maybe I'm looking for a short, something like this. Maybe we have structure up here. Maybe we have structure over here. Targeting something down here. Rough trading idea right there. Do we get the opposite? We just needed to wick below all this, and now we're going to come back up. Am I taking the breakout right here? No. I'm going to wait for some kind of continuation, pull back, whatever price wants to do, and be looking to buy up here. Oh, not short. Something along this. Stop loss somewhere down below a low, Probably don't want to run a 15-point stop loss, targeting a move back up. We got we got quite an imbalance here. We got a gap all the way to this level. That may want to be filled up, or what I would call an imbalance, not quite a gap. That would be just my discernment of price action and market structure. Again, I use Bookmap on the side, my favorite order flow tool. We got level 2 data, boys. We're reading depth of market. Here is the order book. This shows price levels. The quantity of orders at each is displayed on a heat map. You have best bid and ask price. You have volume bubbles. You have more traditional volume down here. Cumulative volume delta, different volume profiles. I use this in a pretty dumb guy way. And I say, ooh, look, we got a yellow line up here. That's an area of interest. I might want to pay attention to it. Similar to an area of interest that I would have on my chart. Maybe we're going to come up here to this level at 75 that's came on the book pretty aggressively here, where we have quite an influx of orders. Maybe we're going to be drawn to that based on market mechanics, how the market works. Maybe we want to go in and tap into that liquidity. Maybe it's not real and it starts to come off the market. Maybe it goes up there and fills and pushes through. Maybe it fills and reacts harshly to the downside. Either way, I like to be aware of those levels. They help me out. They might help me with a target. They might help me keep me out of a bad trade going short right now while I know that that's only a few points above it. And if we get there, we may crack back up for a while. You don't have to be, in my humble opinion, you don't have to apply this complex, insanely, difficult to understand interpretation of everything. If that helps you and you like to have very clearly defined ways to describe your trading and you're very systematic in your approach, that's fine, man. I like to be a little bit more discretionary. I like to have consistency, figure a way to apply some consistency day to day, but apply my intuition, apply my discretion. Look at that, orders right off the book. This is live, right? This is the live market right here. This is your historical. Everything left is historical. It's already happened. It's just printing. This is showing you live market conditions, live liquidity in the markets. Same with the order book here. So we'll continue to watch Bookmap on the side here. See if we want to take a trade. Again, if you were looking for aggressive entry on a buy, this might be it for you. Cheap trade. Something along those lines could be in store for you. It's not for me. Nice risk to reward. Maybe you waited. Maybe you are going to run, an 8-point stop loss. I want to see what happens if we come below these lows. But you could be saying, hey, I want to break and retest this area right here, this zone. I see it was respected pretty aggressively here. I see the consolidation. I see the volume traded. A lot of volume traded right here. I think this might act as support. Pop back up. Give me a really nice entry if I want to hold a trade long. Not quite for me. Again, I'm waiting to see what happens if we come down below this level or if we come all the way back up and start cracking back into yesterday's low, pre-market low above VWAP. If I had an anchored VWAP off the bottom of this, ooh, look at that. Yeah, pivotal point here, right? I like to use anchored VWAPs as well. I like to use them off of low of day and high of day. Sometimes I use them off of New York Open. They can, provide, again, a little bit more structure for you here on the 1 minute, a little bit of direction, something along those lines. Sometimes I want more stuff on my chart, just based on where we are in relation to my levels. Sometimes I don't need it. Today, now that I put it on there, we can see how it's reacting. Not always that clean, but obviously an important level right here, right? Buyers still in control, in my humble opinion. We pulled back, starting to react to the upside. Do we crack below this and head lower? I think shorts might be in store. Do we continue to stay above this, pushing to the upside, getting above these levels? I'm looking for longs. What's up, Zach? Feeling shorts. I got you, dude. I see it. And that was a few minutes ago, I think you said that. So, yeah, I see it, dude. Absolutely. I'm going to stay patient like I usually do. Wait for my setup to come. Again, I don't like to try to catch the bottom. I don't like to try to catch the top. I like to try to catch the middle if I can of the move. You kind of saw that earlier on, right? Like I wasn't selling up here somewhere, selling as we were coming up really aggressively. I was actually buying, right? Thought this might be a pullback and a continuation. Stayed flexible, was able to flip quickly and thankfully and get short on this to the downside, but only after we had formed some nice structure. I got some serious indication and a reason to have conviction that we were going to move lower today. So I don't have that just yet. I think this can go either way. Easily a case can be made for a run back up into the zone or a continuation of this downtrend overall. This is just a nice healthy pullback. We've maintained downtrend structure. We're going to go and run these lows for the end of the day and just continue to sell off. So waiting to see what happens if we start coming down lower. I'll look for a short, push back up. I might look for a long. If you guys got questions, feel free. Ask them in the chat. Disciplined Trader says 54, 64, 50, critical level. Where are we getting that from, brother? Oh, right here? Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I mean, I see it. I don't know if you're getting that from another tool or way that you're reading it. Maybe you're looking left over here. But this zone, is my area of interest for sure to pay attention to. Again, I'm in agreement here. We pull all the way back up. Now we start to create this downtrend structure. We start breaking below this. I'm definitely looking short. Definitely looking short. If we don't, we hold this zone, come all the way back up and pull higher up, break this high. I'm going to be looking long. So I will let it go either way. Right now, this looks pretty good short. This looks pretty good short. I don't want to take it at the zone. I do want to wait to see, are we going to wick up? Are we going to, a lot of times before price does make a nice move in one direction, it pushes pretty far in the other to piss all the retail traders off. They're hunting your stops, guys. It's the banks, the institutions, the market makers. Just kidding. Just make sure this stream is straight, guys. This way I don't have to say this 30,000 times. Boom. Get this over my head somewhere over here. Cool. Good afternoon. What's up, Mark? No, but for real. Yeah. I see you. I see you. Cool. I can move this down here and still have it in view. Yeah, man. Again, this is looking bearish, man. This looks good for a short. Tempted to put one on here and run a really wide stop to start with the intention of scaling in, giving myself room to manage the trade if it comes against me, giving myself room to scale in and move a stop loss just below here if we do start to break down. Gonna stay just a little bit patient. my exact game plan. Yeah, it's not a bad plan, man. Yeah, again, I don't love trading at the zone, right? Like I don't love trade entering right at the zone. Sometimes I will start to take a breakout right in, within structure to the downside. But if we're at a pivotal point, or at least what I'm going to define as a pivotal point on the chart, and I'm looking one way, I'm looking direct, I'm looking short directionally. I really don't like to be entering right there on the 1 minute chart. If I was going to, I'd want to do it really high just because the price action when we're here can be very choppy. It can be difficult to really discern what's going on. So I really like to get below it and, wait for that more structure. Now, the obvious downside to doing that, you're getting a worse entry. You might not get the move. It might just absolutely melt on you. But it keeps me out of just selling or buying right here at the zone and then trying to withstand a big wick in one direction that may come. So I'm just going to hang out. Again, I try to explain what I'm doing here to you guys, for you guys. Explain my thought process, my decision-making process. It's nothing special. Simple market structure, support and resistance, supply and demand, areas of interest, whatever you want to call horizontal levels, discretionary and market-generated horizontal levels, some volume, and some order flow. Again, on Bookmap, we got levels above price. Not massive at that 75 level. That came off, but we definitely have up near these highs some liquidity. I think I said volume, but I meant to say liquidity. So I'm just going to chill here for a minute. Just going to chill. Again, waiting to see if this is a break and retest to the upside, or if now we are going to continue this downtrend structure here to the downside. Level that I've had on my chart, it's acting, it's respecting it pretty nicely. So $54.67.25 is disciplined traders entry. All right, man, we're in. We got a man in the shorts. Yeah, again, I see it, brother. I like it. Just different approaches, different styles. You got to do what works for you day after day. Over a large number of trades, I should say. I've found being a little bit more patient with my setups can help me, unless we are in this tight trending uptrend or downtrend deal that ES gets itself into. And a lot of times I got direction, I know which way I want to trade, and I'm waiting for a pullback. And by the time I get that pullback, the move's over. But here's some rejection. Sellers are trying to take this lower, right? If I'm looking at the 1 minute, if we zoom out on the 5 minute, fix a VWAP, it's looking bearish, right? It's looking like if it was going to bounce here, we had an opportunity a couple times, all the way back down to lows. Sorry, guys. TopstepX does a funky thing with VWAP when you move between time frames, or you do anything crazy, you zoom in and out, it kind of jacks with VWAP. There you go, man. Got a breakdown for you. We got someone in the shorts from all the way up here. 67.25. Very nice. Very nice entry, man. See if they can get some follow through here. Nothing crazy. Oh, look at that. Orders actually are coming off the book up here. That's making even more of a case for the short. Let's see. How would I structure this one? I'm not in love with this structure for a sell. (3:03 p.m. Eastern). It did tap this level. It did retest, just tap into here. I'm going to stay patient on this one, guys. This is an okay setup for me. It's okay. Giving me a much better entry now after cracking this low. I'd really like to see, before my entry again, some kind of move in the opposing direction and then a continuation down. We didn't really get that above this zone. We kind of did here. This is a nice rejection, although it's no wicks to the upside. On the 5-minute, yeah, no wicks to the upside. Ooh, 15-minute as well. So I think we might come up here and at least just fill this up to the 68. And market doesn't have to do anything, but yeah, I don't know that I'm going to get this one. I don't know that I'm going to take a sell here. I don't know. And when I don't know, I don't trade. 54.59. A little bit on the book down there. A little bit. Not massive. Let's take a look at Bookmap together, guys. You can see a little bit down here on the book. Not a ton, right? Well, you can see it actually if I start to zoom out. A little bit down here, 50, 59 and 3/4 I'd be looking. Again, these are kind of lightening up, coming off the book a little bit from how heavy they were over here. This stuff came off at 75. Just kind of choppy consolidating around this area. So again, I'm going to hang out on this one before we decide to jump in. But what's up if you jumped in late? If you just hopped on, my name's Zach. This is Real Deal Futures. I live trade almost every day for free here on YouTube. I run a free Discord community, the best free futures trading Discord, growing rapidly. We're over 600 members. I'm almost up to 2,000 subs here on YouTube and Instagram. I think I got like 1,600 followers or 1,700, something like that on Instagram, maybe 15. It's been awesome, man. A lot of growth. Got some big things cooking. I'm excited to tell you guys about very, very soon that I would be surprised if they didn't help my exposure, the community grow, and be able to put this content out in front of more people, hopefully help them out. We'll be happy to have you in the free Discord. Links in the bio. Not a feeder program for VIP where you join and you don't get anything valuable. You could ask me questions right after this. You could share charts. You can get my analysis, my charts, my levels, explanations for everything, all of my trades. As far as recaps, when I trade in the morning, I'm trading with one-on-one students live only. When I or myself, focused up. But the point of everything here is not to be a signals group, right? You want to learn how to trade for yourself. I'll give you my approach, my strategy. I'll come on here and yap all day, tell you what I'm thinking about, word vomit all of my thoughts. You'll see me take wins, take losses, manage my trades. Hopefully you find some value in that. Maybe you can say, hey, I like what he's doing here. I don't like what he's doing here. and create your own trading plan, your own risk management plan, your own strategy and approach. That's my goal. But if you want to use the same levels that I use, similar stuff, I show you it every morning in Discord, or I have been for a while now. I will hit you up after the live, my man. After the live, for sure. I got you in Discord. But if you guys are interested in one-on-one, working with me one-on-one, you can book a free 30-minute call. We can speak on Zoom, no pressure. I'm not going to try to hit you with a big sales pitch. Just talk about your trading, talk about your experience, where you're at, where you want to go, and maybe I could help you a little bit on there for free. But it's to discuss the program, talk about working with me one-on-one through Zoom every morning, about 2 hours of live trading, and multiple one-on-one sessions, just Zoom. Custom tailored to help you improve your strategy, your risk management, your psychology. Maybe you need help crafting, a specific risk management plan for a prop account that you're looking at passing. Maybe you need some help, identifying levels or coming up with a better way to manage your trades once you're in the trades. Maybe you need help creating a solid feedback loop, the best practices that I utilize for journaling. Happy to talk to you about that and talk about the program. It's a 1-month program. Best time to do it is now, man. And that's not a manufactured demand. I'll tell you, in a month or two, I would be very grateful if I had a wait list, but I expect more demand to come, and I'm only going to work with a few people at a time. I dedicate a lot of time to the guys that I work with, and I just don't have time to work with really even like 10 or 20 people. I wouldn't be able to do it. Not how much time I dedicate. Because that's the way that I believe you could actually get some help. Creating a whole bunch of courses and stuff like that and all the videos. I put all that out for free, man. Here we are right now, trading. You could ask me any question you want. So, watching this chop around here at the zone. Nothing crazy on Bookmap. Again, just staying patient. If you jumped on late, I'm waiting for a break below this level. Somewhere, again, below all this. We did crack below here. That's pretty nice. Waiting for this to continue. We pulled back up. Maybe we're going to continue this to the downside. I'll start to look for shorts down to this level. It might be now or never. I may be missing that opportunity. That's fine if I am. I'm not confident in it right here at this zone. I don't like to trade directly at the zone. If I was going to take a short, I would just want it to come really high and be placing, a sell up here. If we don't do that, we come higher. I'm cool with that. I want to see us crack above all of this. My pre-market low level, prior day low, VWAP over here. And am I taking the breakout? No. Probably going to wait for some kind of structure to form and then maybe get long, headed back into the zone. Do we get any of that? Do we just chop to the end of the day? Maybe. But that's part of trading. Sit on here, being on the charts. People a lot of times define trading as pressing the buy and sell button, right? That's what trading is, being in the market. I would say trading is everything that goes into making money in the markets. So sometimes, some days, that's sitting there patiently. Same thing this morning. If you look at my first trade, I didn't jump in the market until, about 45 minutes into the open. Just sat there staring at the market. Same thing yesterday. You have to sit on your hands sometimes. If you don't have something that sets up for you and your system and your approach, don't take any random trades just to be pressing buy or sell. The market doesn't pay by the hour. That's a great thing to start to realize. A lot of you guys might be really, driven people, hard workers, and you come to trading and maybe you feel guilty sitting at the charts, staring at the charts, not actively executing orders. And I think that can be a harmful thing for a lot of guys. I felt it really early on. Like, you got to be doing something. You got to be working, right? I'm sitting here. I'm just watching the market. That's not work. The market does not care. It doesn't pay by the hour. It doesn't pay by the number of trades you take or how hard you work on your trades or any of that stuff. It does not matter. So define your entry criteria and wait for that. Define your ideal risk structure and wait for that. It's not to say you can't have a high volume of trades if that's what your approach calls for, but try not to take trades outside of that just for the sake of taking them. I certainly feel pressure, and I think a lot of guys that share their stuff live to get trades in, right? We all want to see action. You want to see a trade managed. You want to see me in. Maybe we take a vote and we throw a micro on like we did yesterday and we have some fun. I don't know. But coming down here and just placing trades for fun and buys and sells, I think it's going to go down, and I don't have a good way to structure risk, but just for the sake of having a trade on, I'm going to do that. I don't think that's so helpful for you guys. So I'd rather have no trade sessions where we come on, I explain thoroughly why I'm not taking a trade, why I'm not in a trade right now, right here. And I think that can provide some value, and it can demonstrate what it takes to make money, in the markets. Not losing money is just as important as making money. If I take a loss right now, that's, $500 or $600, whatever the number is, that I have to make tomorrow to get that P&L back to where it was, and then, continue in profit. So, but if you guys are on, I appreciate you being here, man. It's awesome to have a community to trade with, to speak to, guys to help out. It has been great so far, man. Growing super fast. I'm going to check Discord again. It was like 590 something last night. We got 611 today, man. It's sick. I love it. No scammers to ban just yet. Breaking down Bookmap. Ooh, we got some at 5470. Yeah, we might push on this one. We might come off. This is looking weak. It's looking like we want to fall, but choppy. In a choppy consolidating at this zone type of way. By the time we come down lower, do I want to get short? I don't know. I'm going to have to wait and see. But I still don't want to be short here. I don't want to be short in the breakout of this candle. You could be. Not a bad trade. Disciplined trader, if you're still in here, man, I'm sure this is testing your patience. Short from 67.25, 67.25. You got a nice entry right at the top of this zone. You could probably run a stop loss pretty wide, maybe above here. Maybe killing me. Yeah, dude, I know. You're in it now, right? So maybe you decide stop loss to break even. Maybe you go stop loss just above the zone. There are orders just above. So, this is, does price come up here? I don't know. What happens when we get here? I don't know. But you can pay attention to that. We got a spike. It's kind of getting overlapped right now by this algorithmic liquidity, what people call the algos. It's off the book now. Take a look at that. So this is just coming on and off. Spoofing or just orders that are getting pulled. So check that out. Again, you can see it when it happens. So price was pulling up. They pulled it right as price was coming up. Making the case for you to stay short. But you make your own trading decision, man. $316. Yeah, I wouldn't mind getting one. Trading with the direction if we start to form some, right? Like this is just, here's what I'm looking at here. Sideways, consolidation, rangy. Nice uptrend here. This is a nice downtrend here, right? Even this, really nice, clean trend to the downside. We start to get a little bit of consolidation here. Start to get a little bit right here, but maintaining really, really nice structure. If we really start to go sideways like this, like look on the chart, start to go sideways like this, I'm not a range trader, My trade would have come as we came down into the zone, either for a buy or a sell right here, which wouldn't have been playing out really too nicely for me. So I'm in the holding pattern. Yeah, nothing crazy on Bookmap. Outside of that came on and came off. So nothing crazy. Nothing that's been sitting there for a really long period of time. That stuff that was up above this level here has really dissolved. There's still some orders, but that level, those levels that were above price have come off. All of those orders. If you guys got questions, feel free to ask them, man. If you got trading questions, happy to talk about my trading, my strategy, my approach. Happy to help you out any way that I can, answering trading questions while we're hanging out, watching the markets, deciding if we're going to pop higher, unfortunately, and take my man, Disciplined Trader, who's been in the Discord sharing, and I appreciate all that he shares, out of his short, or if we are going to break lower. Close the short. Yeah, not a bad call, man. This could still go, could still go either way, but this is giving the indication that unless we really reject after pulling up here, like we crack this high or we crack all these highs, take everybody out of their shorts that we're getting short down here, and then really push to the downside, this is making the case to move a little bit higher. There's not a lot of force behind it, not a lot of volume behind it from what I could see. Yeah, this volume behind the selling really is what it looks like to me. So I could see it. I could see it dumping. But again, I'm just staying patient. Not much to trade off of. That's not much to trade off of for me. Longs for the last 30 minutes. Flipped long, man. Okay. I see you. I see you, man. There we go. A little bit of momentum behind that. Little bit of volume behind that bad boy right there. Again, I don't have a long right from this level. Stop loss below here. I'd need structure to form. I don't know that we're getting that in the next 40 minutes. If we pull right back down below these lows, I'm looking short. I'm looking at this as a crack back up. Even if we pulled up here and then cracked all the way back down, I'm looking short. I could certainly see the pull just back up to VWAP. This is choppy around here. We do have, this area that's been tested a couple times. I think it's very reasonable to just pull right back up, making a case for my man's longs over here. So, that's fine. I just don't have it. I don't have that trade. Short is more the bias for me overall because of the day that we've had, because of, the sell-off where we've been. The rotation back up is totally cool as well. I could see that for the close, but we've remained very bearish throughout all this, and we didn't crack back up into the zone, push above VWAP. We're still below all of the important levels that I look at, from a more zoomed out, higher time frame perspective. So taking that into consideration, I'm still looking short, along with this immediate structure that we have formed to the downside a little bit here. Again, longs totally fine, but I want to see this indeed be confirmed as a pullback and a higher low that we're putting in here by breaking above this, or at least how I would describe that, by breaking above this high, getting back up here. Again, at that point, am I getting a trade? Maybe not. But it is power hour. We do see volatility traditionally come into the market around this time. As we get closer to NYSE session, we get buying and selling that impacts the financial markets that we're trading, the S&P 500 here. If you're on here, man, I appreciate you being here. Feel free to hit the like button. Feel free to subscribe. Helps me out. I'm a better trader and coach than I am a social media algorithm hacker. Can't figure it out. I just post content. I do what I think is cool and good and what people might want to watch, and mainly what's helpful for them. But I can't figure out this crap for the life of me. So Help me out, man, if you can. If you don't want to, or you don't find it valuable, or you don't feel like clicking the button, you don't have to, man. It's free. Free means free. So no pressure. That's how I approach this stuff. Let's see, man. Yeah, checking Bookmap. Again, when I look over to the side here, I'm looking at Bookmap, my second screen, just watching order flow, seeing if there's something that starts to pop up is very interesting. If orders start to come on the book, maybe we might get pulled to that area. What happens when we get there? That type of a read. Cracked above the highs, pulled back down. Looks like we're trying to continue. Not a like wick up and then pull back down. So a long looks better than a short right now here, right now at this moment. That's not a great risk structure for me. I wouldn't want to have a stop loss anywhere above these lows, but we got some volume being traded, man. 3:23 p.m. Yep, would not be happy if I was in my short down here. Would have been taken out for a loss anywhere down here, really. It would have been here for me, likely, or here, selling into this bearish pressure. Long from this level, stop loss right below these lows is a play as well. But I don't love it. Map it out for you guys. Something like this. Not bad. You know, pretty cheap trade. Targeting just the high. Could have a nice risk to reward if you're not going to manage it. Not a bad idea. You crack up here, you get stop loss to break even maybe. All right, what do you think, guys? You think we get the poll going? We get the micro trade going? We decide long America or sell it, dump it to the ground, have some fun? I think we do. I think we got 17, 20 people on here. I think we have some fun because I don't see a real trade set up for me. Long, it's making the case for long, but just too choppy, too slow, not enough direction here. Long America. All right. Hang on, guys. Daryl says shorts. Okay, let's see it. Vote in the poll, boys. Hang on. I'm doing it right now. Vote in the poll, long or short. Remember, I won't take any of that seriously, and I won't place a one micro trade on it in a combine that I don't mind having some fun with. So just take that into consideration. But go ahead and vote. Let's see what we can get. Short. Shorts are stacking up. Everybody's short. Oh, man. Hang on. What happened? Remember, you guys are 0 for 1 yesterday. Oh, no, not what I want. ME. All right, let's see. Short it to 0. How many votes we got? 5 votes. Shorts are winning. 60-40. Come on, guys. Vote in the poll. Help me out. Let's see. Maybe I don't take it into consideration because I make my own trading decisions, and listening to a YouTube poll is a dumb thing to do. But maybe I take a one micro trade for fun. We get some action going here. This looks kind of bullish, guys. You think short? Do we really think short? Again, this is fresh chart, different chart, not fresh chart. What do we got? Shorts, don't do what everybody says. Go with the dumb. Feeling short, though, the first part of After Hours. Psych 101. Yeah, I mean, here's the tilt down here, right? Everybody's going long. 56, 56. It's def looking long now. Guys, what do we think? Come on. Let's get the poll going. You got 20 people in here. 5 of you voted. I'm not even going to see that what you voted for, so you could put it on there. It's just risk-free for you. I won't even know if you got it wrong. Come on. If we get like, oh, 50-50, don't make me flip a coin. This is the high-quality trading content that I bring to you guys. This is the really valuable educational stuff. Could go either way for me. I mean, it looks like we want to go up and test VWAP. Nothing crazy on Bookmap. Come on, I'll get the 1 micro in, not taking into consideration the poll that I just put out, asking long or short America. That's about America. Short it to 0 is winning. Whoa, we're 1 vote. Back to 50-50. Well, this is intense, man. 10 votes, 50-50. You guys are going back and forth. It was long America, short America. Jose's long. Come on, what else we got? Somebody else got to vote. Come on. I need one direction. I can't go both. Robert says long America. What else we got, guys? Come on. America. It's 50-50 on the votes. Damn. See, this is why I'm not trading. Nobody knows which way it's going to go. Still 50-50. Come on. Anybody else on here? There's only 10. I know there's a whole dozen more of you on here that you could vote. Entered. Long America. Come on. If it flips one way or the other. If it flips one way or the other, we're going for it. I mean, the poll. It's 50-50 right now, guys. I need to hold a big shrimp energy. I need to hold somebody accountable for these trading decisions. It's definitely not going to be me. No, I'm just kidding. You're accountable for all your own trading decisions, and don't take anybody else's dumb opinions into play. But we could have some fun here. Come on, guys. What do you think? It's 50-50. Do I flip a coin? Where do we go from here? I don't know. I figured we would at least have one going the other way. Come on, somebody. One more person. Long or short America. Well, there's more of you joining. Let's go. There's a poll going. Hurry up, guys. There's a poll that I'm not going to take into consideration and place a micro trade on this before the end that I will hold with a stop loss above a level of structure. Come on, somebody else. Tell me, long or short. What are we thinking? Oh, we flipped. Short. Whoa, back to 50-50. Whoa, back to short. Wait a minute. Short. Is it short? All right, here we go. Last chance, everybody. Last chance. Don't worry, I'm not taking that into consideration. This is my trading decision. Here, where are we going to go stop loss on this bad boy? Got to go like above VWAP. Bookmap. Bookmap have a level that I need to... All right.
Order filled.
We're in, boys. We're in. Let's go wide with it. Let's see if we can really give this thing some room to breathe. Short it to 0 is the call. Daryl, you can't vote 2 times. Thank you, everybody, for participating in that poll that I did not take into consideration because we don't have a real trade. We're not going to put on our usual amount of risk. We're going to put on $70 worth. That seems like a really good level, right, guys? I think we're really wrong if it comes all the way up above VWAP. Do we think it's going to continue if it gets all the way back here, all the way down? Probably not. I'm going to say no. But let's see if we can hang this out until we get to towards market close. So we're going to trade. It's back to 50-50. Long America. Wait a minute. What happened here, guys? We're still voting? We're in. We're in short. I waited as long as I could. I gave everybody the opportunity. So let's see it. Let's see if the chat can go 1-1. If we can have a comeback. You guys, I lost $60 yesterday on my combine trading 1 micro long America. We were long yesterday towards the close. We did not take into consideration the chat, and I lost $60 trading this 1 micro. I was very convinced in the situation and in the trade. I had conviction, and that's why I put on $60 worth of risk. Whoa, let's see it. Let's see it. 332. You know, we get a little bit hectic around 340. We got about Got about 10 minutes, boys, before we see some volatility here. Hindsight pulls for the win. 50-50. Back to 50-50. Back to short. We got 13 votes now. All right, shorts are still on. Maybe we'll have like an ongoing poll. Like it'll just be I'll restart it once I get in, and if it flips the other way enough, if everybody votes like the opposite way, we can reverse the position. We'll go the opposite direction. We are in short in a not so serious 1 micro trade. Here, let's put a disclaimer. Let's put a disclaimer on here. So the guys that hop on late go, what the hell is this dude doing? I don't even know how to phrase this. Chat is not voting on which way to trade 1 micro. Not. How about that, guys? Let's see. Bookmap. Bookmap's not really helping or hurting us here. We don't really have anything either way. Yeah, I don't know about that, brother. As I said, for those in the long, we get the free coaching. Yeah, maybe we'll start to do something. I don't know. I don't want to go too far into this because I actually like to trade. If I have no setup and we're coming into the final minutes, we could have some fun with it, right? It gets a little bit just boring. I talk about everything that I talk about. I ask you guys if you have questions. If nobody's got questions, we're staring here, sitting at the market. I don't have a setup here. Again, we talked about this. Looking at ES. No real setup based on where we are until we got above this level or below this level. We didn't have this crack below that I stayed out of, which I'm glad I did. But if you go back to the beginning of the video, this is what I was looking for, a crack below this level. So we are in a micro short. Gonna hold this bad boy, see what we could do. If you guys got questions, actual trading questions, feel free to ask while I look to manage this trade. Not a whole lot until we get way up here near the stop loss. 48. Yeah, we come up that high, I think. I think we're pretty much done for the day. I think we're moving back into the range at that point. But yeah, we're stuck on short it to 0. Okay, if you guys say so. If you say so. Yeah, again, guys, choppy, no setup. It just depends. I've had 2 days now where we've kind of had just this slow moving, choppy price action towards the end of the close. Obviously, a little bit of volatility yesterday that kicked it into gear, but not a clean setup. It seems like earlier in the day we had some movement. It's hard to say, hey, this hour of this day is going to be the best time to trade. I really like NYSE Open. I like the volatility that comes in. Obviously, that's a prime time to trade. If I have to pick a second time, I think Power Hour is a pretty good shot to try to trade. Give yourself an hour and a half on the low time frames. See if there's something really, quickly once you get on there, a trend that you want to jump in with, some structure that looks pretty good. Or as you come towards the end of the session here, we traditionally do see volume start to pick up. We see some volatility come into the market. It can provide a trading setup. You get breakouts to the upside and downside. And, we need movement to have our trades play out, whether they're winners or losers. But Just didn't happen to get it today or yesterday. And that's okay. That's what I'll come on here and demonstrate. And we'll vote. And short. Long, short. I don't know, guys. We're at break even. This is just chopping around. Well, we're drawdown 250, 375. You love me, sir. I appreciate that. Thank you, man. I'm gonna take that in a platonic. Is that the right word for that? Platonic way. We'll be friends, man. But yeah, guys. Again, if you're on here, man, hop in the free Discord. We'll continue to have some fun. Just chopping around. I don't know, guys. This could play. This could be something here. How do you read Bookmap? Epic Futures? That's a good question. At least somebody's here to... Long, you are my best wishes. I don't know what that means, but I appreciate it. Here's how I read Bookmap, which I was starting to describe earlier while we're waiting for this micro trade to play out. I take a very simple, basic approach to order flow and Bookmap. Quick description of what we're looking at here, the basics. This is a heat map. This is current heat map, live market. This is historical. Everything to the left of this line right here has already happened. And I'll describe what it is. Here are your price levels. This is for ES, the mini contract. This is your depth of market. This is your current order book. If I leave my mouse there, it should say it. No? Okay. This is current order book. This is showing you the quantity of orders, the quantity of active orders, the liquidity resting, that's constantly changing, at each of these price levels. This information, both on the sell side and on the bid, on the ask of the bid, and here you have your best bid and ask price lines. There we go. I was wondering why it's not displaying. Sometimes it pops up. Best bid, best ask. You have volume bubbles. This is the area that price is trading right now. You have a heat map showing you, based on here, the lowest amount of orders, the lowest quantity at a price level, all the way going from dark blue, black, all the way to red. Yellow, orange being higher, and then red being the highest. The way that this kind of tracks, this liquidity that tracks price, a lot of guys call it algorithmic liquidity. They call it the algos. I don't know exactly what it is, but it's kind of always there. It turns off, it seems like, before news. It kind of turns on in the morning, turns off at night. What I'm looking for is areas above and below price. Outside of this, sometimes it's overlapping, and you got to look a little bit closely, that I can see displayed on the Bookmap, which is why people like Bookmap, a larger quantity of orders than everything else around it. That would indicate that at that level, at that price level, whatever it is, we have a higher quantity of orders than everything around it. We have a lot of liquidity sitting at that price level. What does that mean? What do I do with that information? Well, watching ES, as liquidity starts to come on the book above and below price, number one, the anomaly that I note, especially if it's going with the trend up or down, if it's in the direction that the price is moving, it tends to be drawn to that liquidity, tends to move towards those price levels. Once it gets there, you can watch, one, if it stays on the book or if it starts to come off, if it starts to disappear. Once it gets there, if it's traded, you can see the volume being traded. You can watch it happen in the volume bubbles, the traditional volume. You could actually use the data tooltip and see what happens there. A lot of times there's a reaction. Either it is absorbed, it pushes through all of those orders and continues with some force in the direction that it was moving. Oftentimes there's a reaction. Those orders fill, that selling pressure comes in, and it pushes harshly to the opposite direction. What I've used it for is, one, areas of interest on my chart. On my candlestick chart, I have levels. That's my love language. A part of my love language with the markets is using these horizontal levels, these areas of interest. I use Bookmaps, constantly changing areas of interest, to decide on targets, on levels that I may want to trade to and from, on levels that I might be waiting to take a trade at once price gets there, as a way to structure my risk. If I'm taking a sell and we have an area of liquidity on the opposite side that I'm trading, maybe I don't want my stop loss below that. Maybe I want to give room for price to come up there if it's going to, fill those orders, and then continue in the direction of my trade. It's especially helpful for me in trade management, or it has been. That's just the natural progression that I've used it. It's been helpful for trade selection as well, saying, hey, man, I want to take a trade to the upside. We got clean market structure, bullish. We're above all of my levels. We're above VWAP. I got a whole bunch of stuff on my candlestick chart, all of my main stuff telling me I want to trade, look for a long. We're breaking and retesting. And now I've got a level 10 points above price that's glowing bright red that I think can be used as a nice target to trade towards. While I'm in the trade, I like to watch Bookmap to see what's popping up above and below price. It can give me an indication, hey, maybe I want to take profit here. Maybe I got a stop loss or a take profit that is a point away from a big area of liquidity. Maybe I want to adjust that. That's the basic dumb guy way that I've started to use Bookmap. And initially, because I'm not the order flow expert, I'm not the Bookmap expert, I'm new on this stuff. I like to give myself a lot of time, and I think you need a lot of time on any tool through a lot of different market conditions before you could really start to interpret it and utilize it. But initially, looking at it every day, watching it for hours on end, applying it to my trading decisions, it's been much more helpful than it's been harmful. It's been extremely helpful, I would say. Again, not a lot of data. You've got to wait to see over a large amount of market conditions, over different days, what happens, and how it impacts your trading. So we're watching price push up here, but that's the basics, man. I hope that starts to give you the insights into how I read Bookmap. Again, lots of other tools that you could utilize with Bookmap, lots of other add-ons, different indicators, different additional packages that you could utilize, things that show you much more information. For me, I like the heat map. I like to pay attention to it's reading the order book, right? Reading depth of market, but in a really, really nicely displayed way. The data is displayed in this nice graphical heat map, which is pretty sweet. So long America, man. What happened here, chat? I don't know. No problem, man. The short it to zero. Oh, somebody else came in and voted long. As he says long. Somebody else came in and voted long. We're back to 50-50. If you guys missed it, the chat's not voting on which way to trade because I didn't have a setup, and we're not taking micro trades in the direction that the chat is voting on, even though it's back to 50-50. I will say it was shorted to zero when I gave you guys enough time to vote. Let's see how this plays, man. Longs would have been paying. That would have been it, man. Chat's going to go 0 for 2, man. What the hell? Let's see. We still got some time. We all get that free. Listen, I didn't agree to any of that, all right? Nah, thanks for jumping on, man. This dude's in Discord sharing stuff all the time, sharing his charts. Just passed a combine. Congrats. My man is funded with TopStep. Well done. Well done. 345. We suck. I don't know if you guys watch TopStep TV, but they got this ongoing joke. Like they were, I wasn't on for when it actually happened, but they were like not doing well. Everybody was taking losses, and somebody jumped in the chat and went, "Y'all suck," and they thought it was hysterical. They started laughing at it. So now when everybody's taking losses, or the chat will just go, "Y'all suck." Let's see. Is this a break and retest? I mean, this feels bullish, right, guys? This looks to me like it's kind of what it's feeling like, guys. I don't know. I'm gonna hold the trade though. We're gonna go to 4 o'clock. That's part of the fun here. We're gonna run this bad boy till a stop loss or till we get some volatility to the upside or downside. That's the game plan. TopStep cuts you out at 4:10 p.m. Eastern, if you guys don't know. Yeah, man. It's awesome. Congrats. It's a big step, man. Getting funded or getting funded again if you had an XFA. It's awesome, man. Congratulations. Yeah, boss, not baby. Let's keep this real. Oh, a lot of volume behind this, guys. I don't know. I don't think we're surviving this. I think it's long America. We got orders on the book at 81 and a half. We got orders on the book up here. Price is pushing. I think chat's going 0 for 2. Let's see. We got a wide enough stop loss to allow us to come up and test this high. We don't have a whole lot of room here. Let's see. We might get stopped. It was long America. It was indeed long America. That was the play here, guys, all the way up to VWAP. This is fun, though. I like it. Well done, long dudes. The shorts didn't pay, guys. Let's see it. Do we hear those terrible words that come? Let's turn the volume up so you guys can hear it. Maybe.
Order filled.
Chat. I'm disappointed. Very disappointed. No, it was fun, guys. It was indeed long America. Look at the volatility coming in. Obviously, a nice play to the upside for those that took it. Long America recovers the short loss, plus 407 for the day. Green, 3 out of 4 combines today. Another gentleman up 1K. Very nice, man. Love to see it. Look at this push, guys. Blasting through VWAP aggressively to the upside. Oh, wait a minute. Nope, VWAP was in the wrong spot. Yeah, no, blasting through VWAP. Pushing to the upside. There we have it. Volatility to the upside for the end of the day. We got 350 coming up. Let's see if we get some more volatility that comes in. But that was right at, 344. Let's see it. Let's see what happens. Ooh, continuing to push, man. Very bullish. Where would a target be? We're coming up on a zone right here. This is definitely an area of interest that I'd be looking at on Bookmap. We had orders above price. That price just pushed through, absorbed to the upside. Here comes 350, guys. Let's see if we get some volatility. Yep, we get data from the stock market at 350. We get it multiple times throughout the end of the session. But if I'm thinking correctly, we get it at 350, and traditionally we see an increase in volatility pick up. Either a continuation or a reversal like we might see right here. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Fun stuff, guys. I appreciate you hopping on. I appreciate you staying this long. I'm going to wait to see for the next 10 minutes what we get from here. Again, I don't see a setup. Again, going back to, maybe we watch it on here. You know, at this chart, down at this level, looking short really until we got all the way back up here. Like I said, now that we have 9 minutes to go, this is the structure that I would have been looking for a continuation to the upside. Are we at... yeah, back into prior day low, pre-market low. Had we have more time to trade here, I'd be looking long. I'd be looking for a break and retest. Something along these lines. Pull back down and a continuation up. Something like that. Maybe we don't get that. Maybe we just blast to the upside. See what happens if we come up here and fill some of this imbalance. There's obviously another level up here. Ooh, I could see that was some volatility. I wasn't even watching. Where is my... I got to make my favorites bar again. Slow me down. I would look at something like that as well. Short. Mark says short. Do we get another poll going? Do we get a last 5 minutes of the session poll? I think one is gonna be good, guys. I don't know that I want to I don't know that I want to go for the 5 minute to close play here. I don't know that I'd be looking short here. You got a cheap trade to fill some of this. Maybe come back and break and retest this high right here. Maybe come back and retest the zone. Maybe we just reverse and we continue. Not a trading setup for me at all right here, outside of just having fun with it and not taking into consideration the chat's polling for long versus short. But it looks like reversing right, coming right off this high. Didn't quite tap into this. Are we just breaking and retesting VWAP? Looking for more longs. What does Bookmap say? Bookmap's not really helping with anything right now. At least me and the way that I'm looking at it. Nice, my man. Past one. Very nice, dude. Very nice. Very nice. Lock it up, man. You're 5 minutes to the close. Don't get caught on the wrong side of something crazy. That's my non-financial, for entertainment purposes only comments that aren't directed at anybody. Just don't do anything crazy now. We're coming back down, man. Coming back down to VWAP. Back down towards 81. We got some volume traded. 80s. See you later, brother. See you later. I'm at work. Time to get. Oh, man. That dude's got great energy every morning in the Discord. Yeah, not much, man. I just want to see how we close out here. I'll hang with you guys. We'll do another 5. Get ready for the end of NYSE session. But people still voting. Long America, it looks like 53% now. Yeah, you missed the boat, guys. If you hopped on late, we took a micro trade that had nothing to do with the chat voting in a poll that says Long America or shorted to 0. And the shorts were prevailing. It was close, though. It was 50-50 for a while. But that did not pay, unfortunately. Long America, as the saying goes. We went long yesterday. That didn't pay either. But no real trade. Again, just too choppy for me. No real setup. Not necessarily too choppy. Just no real setup. Here's my chart. If you did hop on late, no real trade on the live. Was watching this overall trend to the downside. Was watching this come back down into the zone. Was looking short. Just didn't have the setup, didn't have the conviction to take anything. Stop loss above this level, stop loss above this level. Nothing would have paid. I'm glad I didn't. I certainly wasn't looking long. I wasn't looking at this as a break and retest here. This definitely gave you a chance, right? As we started to crack back up, you could have gotten long anywhere in here. If you ran a really tight stop loss, that would have been tough. In the middle of the zone, I didn't like. As I was eyeballing this, I would have had to have gone way below here. But again, not a setup for me. Really, to me, just feels like we're trading from the middle of this consolidation, speculating we're going to go up or down without having a real reason to take a long or short. Your strategy can call for whatever it calls for, and this is totally cool if you trade that way. For me, I like to have some solid direction, both from a higher time frame perspective and all the way down to the low time frame, and trade with that direction, trade with that market structure, trend, price action. If at all possible, I will trade counter trend. I do like to do that off of certain levels, like off of pre-market, prior day lows and highs, aggressive trades right off of those levels. Especially like to do that early in the session for like NYSE Open. Oh, excuse me, guys. Coming up on NYSE close. Do we get any other crazy volatility? Again, I'm trading this stuff now more regularly. So, even if I'm not trading, I like watching the live markets, even if I don't see a setup coming in the next 2 minutes. I want to see what happens all the way through 4 p.m. Maybe tomorrow I have a trade on around this time. I want to know, what happens. I want to see what happens. Again, part of trading, even if you're not trading, maybe you want to be watching the markets. Maybe you want to be eyeballing trades, creating these if-then scenarios in your mind, how you will decide when to enter, when to manage your trade, where to place your stops, how to structure it. Build that experience up. Watching it start to reject here. Interesting price action and market structure. Guys, if you're still here, like, subscribe, help me out. You don't have to do anything. This is free. I would appreciate if you liked and or subscribed if you're not already. You could also hop in the free Discord, man. I run a free community where I trade live here on YouTube every day. I share my charts, analysis in Discord. I answer questions. It's a growing community of traders like the guys that you see here talking that you could be a part of for free. It's not a VIP feeder program with a paywall before you get any valuable information. You could hop on there right after this, ask me a question. I'll probably answer it within, I don't want to give myself time, but I answer questions pretty quickly. All the way back down, man. All the way back down. Look at this. Wow. Selling back off towards this zone coming up. Last couple seconds of trading for NYSE session. Big volume. Look at that. Look at how much volume was traded, man. You can see it on Bookmap as well. That's going to be it for me, boys. That's the 4 p.m. bell, NYSE close. You can still trade on TopStep till 4:10. That's going to be it. I appreciate you guys hopping on this live. No real trade. We took a micro trade, not based on the chat. That was very fun. Thank you guys for contributing. Thank you for participating. I appreciate, I like the drawback. Makes me feel long after hours. Maybe. Guys, thank you for being here. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. Not a recommendation or suggestion to do anything. Wow. Look at that volume. Look at that. Sorry. Distracted by the markets. Aggressive selling. We got somebody reporting earnings or something. Again, I don't pay too much close attention to that because it's usually after hours, and it'll affect some overnight. But we got a lot of volume being traded right here. But again, guys, thank you for being here. I appreciate it. I'll be live 2:30 p.m. Eastern here on YouTube for the rest of the week. If you're not already in the free Discord, hop in the free Discord. We'll be happy to have you there. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Trade safe.